Exodus 12. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, "This month shall be to you the beginning of months, the first month of the year to you. Tell all the congregation of Israel, on the 10th day of this month, they shall take every man a lamb or kid according to the size of the family of which he is the father, a lamb or kid for each house. And if the household is too small to consume the lamb, let him and his next door neighbor take it according to the number of persons, every man according to what each can eat, shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb or kid shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it from the sheep or the goat, and you shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall each kill his lamb in the evening. They shall take of the blood and put it on the two side posts and on the lintel above the door space of the houses in which they shall eat the Passover lamb. They shall eat the flesh the night roasted with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor boiled at all with water, but roasted, its head, its legs, and its inner part. You shall let nothing of the meat remain until the morning, and the bones and uneatable bits which remain of it until morning you shall burn with fire, and you shall eat it Thus, as fully prepared for a journey, your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and you shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment, proving their helplessness. I am the Lord. The blood shall be for a token or sign to you upon the doorpost of the houses where you are, that when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and no plague shall be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be to you for a memorial. You shall keep it as a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Keep it as an ordinance forever. In celebration of the Passover, in future years, 7 days shall you eat unleavened bread. Even the first day you shall put away leaven, symbolic of corruption, out of your houses. For whoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that person shall be cut off from Israel. On the first day you shall hold a solemn and holy assembly, and on the 7th day there shall be a solemn and holy assembly. No kind of work shall be done in them, save preparation of that which every person must eat, that only may be done by you. And you shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for on this very day have I brought your host out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall you observe this day throughout your generations as an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at evening, you shall eat unleavened bread and continue until the 21st day of the month at evening. Seven days no leaven, symbolic of corruption, shall be found in your houses. Whoever eats what is leavened shall be excluded from the congregation of Israel. Whether a stranger or native born. You shall eat nothing leavened in all your dwellings. You shall eat unleavened bread during that week. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said to them, Go forth, select and take a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover lamb. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop, dip it in the blood in the basin, and touch the lintel above the door and the two side posts with the blood. And none of you shall go out of his house until morning. For the Lord will pass through to slay the Egyptians, and when he sees the blood upon the lintel and the two side posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not allow the destroyer to come into your houses to slay you. You shall observe this rite for an ordinance to you and to your sons forever. When you come to the land which the Lord will give you as he has promised. You shall keep this service. When your children shall say to you, "What do you mean by this service?" you shall say, "It is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, for he passed over the houses of the Israelites in Egypt when he slew the Egyptians, but spared our houses." And the people bowed their heads and worshipped. The Israelites went, and as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. At midnight, the Lord slew every firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh, who sat on his throne, to the firstborn of the prisoner in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of the livestock. Pharaoh rose up in the night, he, all his servants, and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. He called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, "Rise up, get out from among my people, both you and the Israelites, and go serve the Lord as you said." Also, take your flocks and your herd as you have said, and be gone, and ask your God to bless me also. The Egyptians were urgent with the people to depart, that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, "We are all dead men." The people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading bowls being bound up in their clothes on their shoulders. The Israelites did according to the word of Moses, and they urgently asked of the Egyptians jewels of silver and of gold in clothing. the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they gave them what they asked, and they stripped the Egyptians of those things. The Israelites journeyed from Ramses to Sukkoth, about 600,000 men on foot, besides women and children, and a mixed multitude went also with them, and very much livestock, both flocks and herds. They baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought from Egypt. It was not leavened, because they were driven from Egypt and could not delay. Nor had they prepared for themselves any food. Now the time the Israelites dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. At the end of the 430 years, even that very day, all the host of the Lord went out of Egypt. It was a night of watching unto the Lord, and to be much observed for bringing them out of Egypt. This same night of watching unto the Lord is to be observed by all the Israelites throughout their generations. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "This is the ordinance of the Passover. No foreigner shall eat of it, but every man's servant who is bought for money, when you have circumcised him, then may he eat of it. A foreigner or hired servant shall not eat of it. In one house shall it be eaten by one company. You shall not carry any of the flesh outside the house, neither shall you break a bone of it. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. When a stranger sojourning with you wishes to keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. and we shall be as one that is born in the land. But no uncircumcised person shall eat of it. There shall be one law for the native born and for the stranger or foreigner who sojourns among you. Thus did all the Israelites, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And on that very day, the Lord brought the Israelites out of the land of Egypt by their hosts. Precious Kemhei, 소중한 별 하나님, 소중한 진주님, Precious David, thank you so much for sharing this precious time together. I believe God's love, peace, blessings are always with precious you all. And I pray for you to have a peaceful, blessed night. 감사합니다. Thank you so much. Good night. Good sleep.